To chase the thrill, I lay on my bed, facing the floor-to-ceiling window, frantically working my hands. That night's memory burned into my skin and nerve endings like a brand. The next morning when I woke up, it was already bright outside. Sunlight slipped through the gaps in the curtains, shining on my face still flushed from the night before. I stared at the ceiling, my body seemingly still carrying that sensation of being watched, of being devoured. I told myself, enough, Jianyan, be normal today. But when I got up and looked in the mirror, seeing the lingering pink mark on the side of my neck, the girl in the reflection was smiling with both shame and excitement. The second night, I put on that black spaghetti strap mini dress again. This time, though, I wore nothing underneath. The thin fabric clung to my skin. With every step, the hem brushed against the insides of my thighs like countless tiny fingers teasing me. My heartbeat spiraled out of control from the moment I left the house. As soon as I came down the stairs, my peripheral vision caught a figure not far away. He stood under a street lamp, wearing a dark hoodie, the brim of his cap pulled low. But those eyes, I knew them too well. I pretended not to notice, but I deliberately slowed my steps. My heart pounded like a startled deer. After a few more steps, I suddenly stopped and bent down, pretending to adjust the strap of my sandal. The hem of my dress rode up with the motion. A cool breeze slipped in, making my whole body shudder instantly. I stole a glance backward. He had indeed moved. He slowly approached, then crouched down about 2 meters away from me, pretending to tie his own shoelaces. That distance was just perfect. I could feel his gaze, like a scalding tongue, licking its way up from my calves and lingering at the most secret place. Half a minute felt like half a century. My breathing became erratic, my legs so weak I could barely stand, yet I forced myself upright and kept walking. Once I left the neighborhood, the excitement crashed over me like a wave. I turned into the corner and arrived at that storefront under renovation, my family's old shop. The floor-to-ceiling glass facing the street was already covered with one-way reflective film, a mirror from the outside, completely transparent from the inside. I pressed myself against the glass to double-check that no one could really see in, then took out my key and opened the door. The moment the AC came on, cold air caressed my bare skin like thousands of tiny hands. I pushed the single sofa in front of the window, yanked off the dust cover, and slowly slipped out of the short dress. My naked body pressed against the soft sofa cushion. The contrast of cool and warm made me sigh in pleasure. Outside, people came and went. Some hurried past, some stopped to check their phones, some walked hand in hand, laughing. They couldn't see me, but I could see them. That one-sided sense of control made my blood boil. I lifted both legs, toes pressing against the glass, and slowly spread them into a perfect splits. The intense stretch in my muscles mixed with the shame of exposure sent a rush straight to my brain. At that moment, a tall figure appeared right in front of the glass. At least 6'3", broad shoulders completely blocking the street lamp light, casting my entire body into shadow. It was him, the man who had watched me from the balcony the night before. I held my breath, heart slamming so hard it felt like it would burst out of my chest. He just stood there, separated by a single pane of glass, his gaze locked directly on me. Even though he couldn't actually see, the illusion of eye contact felt too real. I slowly moved my hand downward, fingertips trembling as they touched myself. The movements were slow, gentle, as if afraid of waking a dream. Every glide felt like a response to his silent stare. My breathing grew heavier, chest rising and falling dramatically, but I didn't dare make a sound. The more I held back, the emptier I felt. This wasn't enough. I wanted more. I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be touched. I wanted to be completely claimed. The little devil inside me screamed wildly, come on, come on. Then, miraculously, he moved. He reached out and pushed open the shop door. Click, my mind went completely blank. I had forgotten to lock the door. He turned and bolted it behind him, then walked toward me with steady,